Still nothing yet, so just hang on 2 moments.
Oh, you're waiting for it to appear on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'll start looking on my phone too.
Okay. Hello, welcome back to TFR eSports. Well, here we are on a brand new YouTube channel exclusively for all eSports content in the F1 Republic, and we are back for season 24 here in Bahrain for the opening round of the season. I am your commentator, CJH87. I am joined by an old friend in the commentary box from many seasons ago. It is Epic the Animal, the season 9 and season 18 TFR world champion, joins me in the commentary box. How are you doing, Epic?
I am so glad to be back, and I cannot wait for F2. It's a time to be alive, folks. New game as well. Oh, it is a moment to be alive. I can't wait.
Oh, this has been a long time coming, and I think there's been so much hype about this new game as well because there's been quite a good bit of feedback about it so far. You've enjoyed it, of what you've played of it so far, Logan, and I have to say as well, I think this is a much better game than last time, and I think a lot of people, the spirits are up, let's say, compared to the doom and gloom of F124.
Oh, yeah, this game is easily way better than 24, 23, and 22 combined. The way you drive actually matters, the graphics look better, the game sounds better, the game runs better. I mean, it's just an overall upgrade package, but my favorite part is that added realism. The way you
Mm.
drive, the way you set up the car affects tire temps more. How you drive, the little lockups, the little slides make a huge difference on your tire wear, which is realistic to what we see in real life and in game. It's going to make the racing a lot more dynamic. Every little bit matters that much more, and I just can't wait to see what's going to happen here today, as we already have some interesting things going down here in qualifying, like people setting laps on medium tires. That's a bold move.
Yes.
CJH, let's see how it works out for him. Spoiler alert, he is down in P10. Seemed to not work.
Yeah, Xavi there, a rookie. We'll run through the rookies actually very shortly, but he is on the mediums there, 3 seconds off the pace. He'll be looking to put a set of soft tyres on very shortly. It's Hariberman with about 8.5 minutes to go of the session here, who is setting the pace with a 1 minute 28.6, a tenth clear of this man here, Ronnie, in the Williams, and they are well and truly clear out front, Epic. I mean, that is a huge gap to Komanik in third place.
Yeah, but to be fair, I think a lot of drivers haven't set a representative lap yet. Maybe they really erred on the side of caution, or they made a mistake in their lap and kind of backed out of it. So yeah, I've been watching the onboards while we got the stream set up, and definitely the laps are more mistake riddled than it is just a lack of raw pace. But we all know qualifying in leagues is easier said than done, and with plenty time to go in the session, they still got plenty of time on the clock to set a representative lap time. So we got one rookie in P10. Do we have any other rookies currently on the grid here today?
Well, let's run through them. So we got in fourth place, we've got Oracle in the McLaren. So he is making his debut tonight. We've got also, I think we're saying Kaliev there, Kaliev in the Red Bull in the pit lane at the minute. The Mile is also in the other Red Bull, so it's an all brand new Red Bull lineup there of rookies. So we'll see how they get on. 5-star Jabaroni in the Sauber in
like the name,
P9.
Jabroni.
And he pops himself up into 7th, actually, so a decent time from him. Xavi Abel is in the Alpine, as we mentioned before. And then Paul Fern, the Spanish/Brazilian driver in the Williams, currently at the minute, is still to set a proper competitive time. We've got a few other drivers that are still to join us this season who are fully signed up and have teams, but we'll be discussing them when they surely appear next week at the Australian Grand Prix. And we've got other drivers such as Vectro returning. He's not here tonight. Hyperghost as well, arguably the pre-season favourite, also not here as well tonight. So it's a big opportunity, Epic, for a lot of drivers here to, well, even just find out where their own pace is here.
Yeah, I mean, it's early in a new game, so still a lot of things are being learned. Even in like really big leagues that have done
Mm.
preseason practice races here at Bahrain, different people have tried different things out. The game is not fully figured out yet, and we're all learning on the fly. And that's how it is every year. You know, even if we feel like a strategy's figured out, just the way the game feels, the way races developed, how you race, how you manage things like ERS, blah 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 blah. You work out those details as you go. And I think the key tonight, even more so than other nights, is going to be just being consistent. Because when you're less
Yeah.
familiar with a game, you're more likely to make mistakes. And we have less experienced drivers, more likely to make mistakes. So it's just about minimizing mistakes. Even if you're a little bit off the pace, just running your own race, putting in a solid result, and grabbing the free points that people will give you as they overextend and make mistakes tonight. Yeah, we've seen it time and time again here in TFR F2. Keeping it on track is more important than setting blistering lap times.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, especially when it's the new game and it's the first season on that new game, it's even more so the case, Epic, of just making sure you've got that consistency. Because at the beginning, the results will probably be a little bit all over the place. Whilst everyone's finding their feet with the new game and getting their pace kind of down to each different circuit, because some people might be good at Bahrain, but then come Australia next week, some of us might not be too good at that. We've seen that many seasons before where the first race does not set the scene of the entire championship ahead. And currently, with under 5 minutes to go, Harriman and Ronnie are still locking out that front row. Is there any other drivers you've seen so far, Logan, potentially impressing and challenging those top two? Are they in a league of their own at the moment?
I think Oracle and P3 could make a push to improve. I saw a couple mistakes on his fastest lap so far. I'm on board with Cali right now as he's up 6/10 so far on his previous best lap. So he'll make quite a jump up, maybe challenge the top three right now. But we've seen good things from people like Action Rick and Luke 2 Red in the
Mm.
past. So maybe their experience, you know, maybe they just haven't set a competitive lap time yet. I know Paul Fern hasn't set a clean lap yet. He's had issues into this corner he's in
Ooh.
right now, turn 9, but he's clean through there. So he'll definitely be improving on this lap time. It's still too early to tell, I think, CJ.
Yeah, there's still plenty of questions here, and Cali did end up going up into third then with that lap. It's a very late timing line, if you like, at the line. It's really throwing me off because you see the DRS line, and then the actual line where they basically start their lap and finish their lap. It's actually, I think that's been moved slightly now, unless that's just my eyes. But we've got another driver
I
that's
don't
just
think it's
started their
moved.
lap. I don't think it's probably moved. It's probably just me. But we've got someone going through the first corner. I couldn't quite see who that was, but we have got a
Ronnie.
couple. That is Ronnie. So let's go to Ronnie then, because there's about 3 minutes to go here. And not to put you on the spot, Logan, because I know you're back in the commentary box, but take us through the rest of this lap here after this first
Yeah,
sector.
yeah, it's like I work for the radio or something. I got a little bit of experience here already in some commentary. As we go downhill through these corners, you can take it flat with a good setup here in qualifying. You want to brake, you can brake over the top of that curb on the outside, and you can take more curb than you think on the outside here in the exit of the corner. He's clean through there, maybe a little bit shake of rear. Tricky turn 10, you're trail braking all the way. So easy to lock up, and you really got to pinch that thing in early as you can. Get the car rotated in a straight line quick as possible. Get on the throttle, open up that DRS, and slam the button down on the battery. Mount the curb so hard you burst a calf here on the outside as he launches into the inside. You can get to the throttle super quick if you can open up the steering a little bit on the exit. Flat through here. He early shifts in the 7th. Mount the curb on the outside. Brake. Getting the timing of the turn in is the key here, and not being too eager on the throttle to over-rotate the car on the exit. Get her in a straight line as quick as possible and launch it down to this final corner. It's a tricky braking point because you can carry a lot of speed in, but that curb is high on the inside. Don't want to take too much. Open it up a little bit. He's quick on the throttle, but it sticks. Let's see what he's got coming to the line. Open up the DRS before the line.
Oh.
It is not an improvement by 7/1000ths. I think, if anything, he was pushing just a little bit too hard there. No major mistakes. Decent lines through the corners, but just that little bit of tire spin on the exit of corners trying to get that difference on throttle application ended up being to his detriment there. And that lap is coming through the final corner. We got the Miles. We're just going to call him Miles for short, but he's used too much battery earlier in the lap. He's going to be out of juice. And as he crosses the line, he does improve, though, by 1.2 seconds. Like I said, a lot of people just haven't set representative lap times of their own skill yet, as he jumps all the way to P6, and the Red Bulls now sandwich the McLarens.
I tell you, Logan. I tell you, someone that
CCJ.
is, I tell you, someone that is setting a representative lap here is Oracle. He's purple in the middle sector, half a second up at the minute, and with about a minute to go here, this could light up the timetables here. Although, yeah, here he goes. His rear light was flashing, but he's going to come up to line now and will go third. So a good lap, 6 tenths improvement, and yeah, it's not much. There's not much in it. And just as we thought it was a two-way fight here, Logan, it's very much back on up for play here.
I'll be honest, it kind of to me looks like it's a one-way fight right now. Ronnie's not going to be able to set another representative lap on old tires. Oracle's not going to have the battery.
Yeah,
So
it could
unless
be.
if someone else has a lap, oh, there got a lot of people on outlaps, but unless a lot of people in back here have a bunch of time on the table, looks like a one-man fight for Rebo Man, who's about to set his hot lap right now. I'm going to keep eyes on him in the turn one. Mounts a lot of curb there. Under braking. Doesn't look like it really unsettled the car, though. Maybe I should be taking notes here to that line. And we'll see how his first sector looks here. Looks clean so far. But I think with the 128.6, there is still a lot of time on the table up for grabs, but that does depend what assist they're running as well. You know, the plateau is there when you start running assists, but as we've seen, being clean is more important than lighting up the sheets. He is purple through sector one. I did not see by how much though.
He's a 10th.
Ronnie and Callie are done for the day. And I'm going to keep eyes on Oracle here in P3 for a second as he's coming through the last couple corners. He almost validates there on the exit of that corner.
I think he's
he
done.
Might be able to actually.
I think he might be done. I think he's.
Yeah, he is. You're right.
He's on a bit of a cool lap here. He's going to hit the line anyway, you know. So we'll see. Yeah, he does just hit it anyway. Komanic then is going to be closest. Or no, it's 5-star Jabaroni. He's actually or something's gone on there because he's lost plenty of time. Komanic as well is not far off, but it is Haribo Man currently at the minute. Is he going to extend that advantage at the top? At the minute, it looks like nobody is going to beat him here, unless Code Manic has got an unbelievable lap in store behind. But there he goes, a 28.5, makes it 3 tenths clear at the top. Code Manic did improve, but he stays 5th, and it's all down to the others. Well, we've got Xavi now coming around the final corner. I don't think he's going to be able to beat that time. He might move up the order, though, so we'll keep an eye on this Alpine to see where he ends up. Goes 7th, not a bad time. 1.2 second improvement. What about Luke 2 Red, Logan?
I don't see if it's an improvement or a lot. It looks shaky coming through the penultimate corner. Let's see what is crossing the line. He does improve, gets the P8, bumps Action Rick down another spot. Paul Fern, he is down, but by less than a 10th. So if he has a good third sector, maybe he can get up to maybe 10th. He does improve, but not enough to move up the tables. And that's going to be it for qualifying. I got to say, it's a one-man show out front in qualifying. But with Park Ferme off in this league, do they have a race setup? Is their car going to be stable?
Well, they have it.
Fuel? Are they going to be stable in dirty air? I'll ask those questions later. Let's talk about qualifying results.
Yeah, Haribo Man then is on pole for the very first time in TFR eSports, and he is the first driver to be on pole on the F125 game in a TFR eSports race. Ronnie then lines up on the front row alongside him with Oracle and Callie right behind as well, but there's a bit of a gap from 3rd to 4th. It's an all-British top 3, but I don't think it's going to be as simple as that in the race, Logan. I think this could be a little bit of an interesting one of just finding out how the strategies play out and who's going to have that race pace, because you can be quick over one lap, as we've seen with the likes of Darky, Logan, and well, since the last time you commentated, you probably wouldn't have thought that, but he was definitely quick over one lap, but it's all about that race pace.
It's like an analogy I use as a tennis coach. I tell my players all the time, it's about hitting good shots in, not great shots out. You might be able to play above your weight sometimes and make some incredible laps, but if that isn't something you can do consistently, then it just doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how fast you were before you crash if you crashed.
Well, this is the thing.
I can't wait for the grid start, though. The grid start, New game, new technique on the grid start. Who's
Yeah.
practiced it? Whose reactions are ready off the line? What's the tire prep
No
going to
formation
be
lap as well.
on the formation? Oh yeah, no formation lap. Never mind. So the tires are going to be warm and the wear is going to be non-existent. So that's good. And here we go. Take us away,
Here we go.
CJ.
Here we go then. For the first time in season 24, we've got 5 red lights ahead of the drivers here in Bahrain, and we are underway. Harriman then gets a fairly good start. Oh, there's a bit of wheel spin in the background. There's already contact between the McLaren and that Red Bull. Drama already off the line then, but Oracle sends it down the inside and takes the lead here. Incredible start from him on his debut. Takes the lead, and he is well clear of the rest. Xavi's already up into third. What a start from him. There's drama left, right, and centre, Logan.
F1 Lime is up to 6 from dead last off the line. What a start by him.
Incredible stuff. He's already trying to get 5th place off Ronnie here. There's more contact in the background. There's a Sauber and an Aston Martin round. That is Action Rick and the Sauber then making contact. They're both detached from the field. Lime is up into 5th place. What a start from him. Incredible stuff. And I tell you, Logan, I think these soft tyre runners, they've been an absolute genius decision to start on those tyres.
Yeah, especially if there's going to be an early safety car to make the last 2 stints a little bit easier for them. But the grip off the line is noticeable as Oracle gets into the lead and by quite a bit of a gap. Remember, in 25, we got DRS after lap 1, and he's more than halfway to breaking that.
But that's the thing.
What the times are like. Yeah, F1 Line's even catching up to Code. That guy's name, I'm not reading it right now.
Comatic. Comatic is... yeah, he's under serious pressure here. And I tell you, F1 Lime, he's going to take 4th place here at the end of the first lap. What a start from him. He didn't even get a lap in qualifying. Had to join it late. And he's absolutely on a stormer here. What a start from him. What a start from Oracle. Although he's coming under pressure from Harriman. It's the long start-finish straight here. There is no DRS down this straight, but he'll get it on the next one. And he's already on the tail of the McLaren here, Logan.
Yeah, he's close. These medium tires, if the soft tires can't run away, then the advantage actually is long-term going to be in Haribo Man's favor, even more than if he was just out in front already. But Xavi hanging on in P3. Great start by him after struggling in qualifying on debut as well. We're seeing the rookies come up big here on lap 1 when you would expect the opposite. We got a car around in the background.
Yeah, it's the Red Bull.
It's Cali.
And there's another move, actually. There's Ronnie there, side by side with Comatic in the middle sector. A late lunge, I would imagine, from Ronnie. Didn't quite get it done. Has to just sit tight in 6th. Yeah, there's Luke 2 Red in the miles. And it's job done. So a good start. I tell you, there's such a contrast here of good starters and bad starters. I still can't believe the starts from Xavi and F1 Lime and Oracle out front, but then there's so many others that have tumbled down the order, are really getting caught off guard. I think because there's no formation lap as well, Logan, it just really, just caused all sorts of chaos there.
Yeah, you got to be ready to go mentally right off the rip. F1 Lime up 8 spots, but Cali's down. He's down 6 off the start.
Well, here we go, down this start-finish straight. Harriman again here will have the DRS on the McLaren, but actually Oracle there just getting a couple of a tenth or so down the initial part of that straight, just keeping him safe. And there goes F1 Lime then, up into 3rd. He just continues on. There's Ronnie in the background, they makes contact with Xavi, couldn't get it stopped, and absolutely smacks the Alpine off the circuit, and he's down into 8th, and he'll be absolutely furious with that.
Yeah, he won't be happy.
We've got to change for the lead.
Great start here. We got to change for the lead.
And there goes Harriman. There's contact between the two of them.
My controller comes unplugged. There's a cat on my lap. It's all kicking off here in the Arm household.
And there goes a move again from Oracle. Back up the inside on Harriman. He can't even get it slowed down. They still wheel to wheel. Going towards this next corner. He's going to have the inside line, the McLaren. What a little battle this is. He'll have the inside line for this tight little corner here. Oh, I think they might have touched. But it is Harriman back into the lead. And, well, a great little battle there. Oracle tried to hang on to it, Logan, but not quite enough.
Yeah, as a mandated reporter for the school, I did not see touching there. So I got to call it as I see it. No touching there. They did keep it clean. But, yeah, definitely a big lockup, though, by Oracle to hold it on the inside. Remember, tire wear is a big thing in this game, and how you drive really affects it. So maybe too much aggression here early on could mess up strategy, or we could see cars really come to certain drivers that are being more patient early on, later in the stints. And we got Xavi catching up to Miles. We got a caution in Sector 3 as 5-star Jabroni is around. What a Jabroni. He's got her back going in the right direction again. Rear tires are hotter than a analogy. I don't got one offhand. And the race continues ahead as we are still under. Green as a position change as Xavi gets around Miles into the inside. Miles mounting all the curb on the outside. Almost touched there on the exit. Will he get the DRS right back going into turn 4? Yes, he will. He's going to use all the juice down to 6% battery. Everyone low on battery. It's deja vu all over again. Hot on the braking zone. It goes in too deep, and Xavi's going to hold on to P7 for now.
Well, I think Xavi will definitely be I think I need to see a replay of it again. I believe it was Ronnie that got too late on the brakes, so we can probably imagine that was a slam dunk penalty coming the Williams man's way, if it was him that made that contact into the first corner, because I think he was wheel to wheel with Code Manic and he just couldn't get slowed down. But you're going to correct me on that one?
Well, we'll have to see. We are going by real F1 rules. So we're going to have to see who was ahead at the apex, and then the stewards are going to have a couple drinks and probably flip a coin, and that should determine the outcome if we want to make it as realistic as possible. Jokes aside, though, Haribo Man 420, great name by the way, especially as he's in a green car, out in front by a gap and on the harder of the tires being represented so far in this race. You gotta say he's looking even better here in the race, arguably, than he did in qualifying. As Ronnie's gonna look to get back on line for P3, soft tires might be starting to fall off a little bit, and the battery is literally completely drained for line.
Oh!
And Ronnie,
Code Manic there. I mean, that.
Whoa, where did he come from?
Yeah, he must have got a serious toe down that straight, because he almost did what happened to Xavi there. And, well, that was almost an aeroplane crash at the first corner. He managed to slow it down. But that's interesting. As the Miles gets back ahead of Paul Fern there for P8, it's interesting, though, what you're saying there, Logan. Maybe these soft tyres, they are starting to go off quite a bit now. I mean, it's obviously 35% distance here, so only a 20-lap race. But after such a fantastic start, they will probably be going off quite soon, I'd imagine.
Yeah, and also with how aggressive they're driving on them, like the sliding of the tires, the locking up really does make a difference. So that probably is an open ear. And yeah, I'm not going to lie, I kind of forgot it was 35%, even though I knew that going into the race. But I guess that does mean you can be a little bit more aggressive on the tires, but even then, not so much. I mean, looking at my tire numbers, you'd still be cutting it close, mediums and softs, one stop.
Yeah,
close
absolutely.
If you're driving that aggressively, I should say.
Yeah, I think...
I don't know. I just thought of this. A lot of these drivers are probably playing on assist. I don't know if assist helps or even hurts the tire wear in this game. Because I know, for example, like in F1 2018 and 19, you actually use more fuel when you're on assist.
I tell you, Logan, there's a move here, actually. That's Code Manic now ahead of F1 line then for P4. So Code Manic really coming into play here. The two McLarens running very, very strong here. There is DRS actually for F1 line to come back at the McLaren, but he's not going to do so. And this is closing up quite nicely now because, oh dear, that was a bit close. But he's closing up in general quite nicely here because they're all catching Oracle, actually, who is also on the soft tyres. I imagine they're starting to go off a bit, but continue what you were saying, Logan.
Yeah, I'm just curious of how traction control affects both fuel and tire, as you have a reaction there.
Yeah, we had Callie go right off at turn 4, literally almost trying to do the, what was that secure GP layout, you know, the oval circuit, but he's back on track.
That would be interesting to have. That as Code Lime is right up, F1 Lime, I don't know why I'm saying Code Lime. He's right up the chuff of Code Matic. I guess they had a child there, Code Lime. As we got caution somewhere, and Jabroni is once again being a Jabroni. He's got her back underway again, no yellow. And yeah, starting to separate this group 2nd to 5th a little bit, but still definitely in a DRS train with each other. And you gotta say, this is an advantage for those medium runners keeping up with the soft runners.
Yeah, it's just in that little phase of the race at the minute where the tyre wear is starting to kick into play, and Ronnie is really gaining on the McLaren of Oracle there. You could just see Oracle moved to the inside, just trying to cover off the Williams. Maybe a little bit too early. You'll see that a little bit in F2, where maybe some of the drivers are a little bit more inexperienced and they're a bit more feisty with the defense with the car behind, so they'll maybe put themselves in a bit of trouble. I tell you, I'm going to go to this battle at the back, because look at this. There's an almighty scrap here for P9. There's the Red Bull.
Hot.
Deary me.
Actually, Rick touches him.
Yeah, I mean, he got eaten alive by the two Red Bulls there, and a bit too much contact on the exit.
Calio and his teammate now, but his teammate has so much more battery. He doesn't dive on his teammate, but on the exit, it's a terrible corner. Does Miles have damage, or he just let him through on purpose? Do I see damage on that front wing? Yeah, he's missing a front
he's got damage.
plate.
So he was in the wars earlier.
For those soft runners, those soft tires are not going to be lasting much longer.
Absolutely. I did see someone in the comments say soft should only be about 30% wear after 5 laps, so that's not too terrible. But I think, I don't know, maybe...
Who said that?
Well, I need to double check.
I want those. Can I get those softs 30% wear after 5 laps? What kind of pace are we setting? Like a 6:12 lap?
But no one's coming in the pits yet, though. But Oracle's going to come under some serious pressure here, because here comes Ronnie then with the DRS once more then for P2. There goes Oracle again with a little dart to the inside. Ronnie, though, has got too much speed, although Oracle gets late on the brakes again. It seems a bit of a trademark thing of his, because Rooney is going to hang it around the outside, Ronnie should say, and he is going to get that second place. But here comes Oracle now with the DRS. He's going to pick that Williams off straight back at him, up into second place. And I tell you, Logan, oh yeah, Comatic there, right as well. But he got caught out there, Ronnie. Well, he's got a good exit this time. Couldn't quite get alongside enough. But he got caught out making that move almost too early there, Logan.
Yeah, that was really risky there. And with the braking being different on the different tires and the different driving styles, we're lucky that no one came to blows there, as the Red Bulls are still close to each other towards the back. Miles is not pitted with that wing damage yet. In lap 8, I expect these soft tires to be dead here soon.
Yeah. Well, there could be, as my master says on the chat, there could be undercuts at play here. It could be very powerful as well, getting off those old soft tires. And we've seen that before at Bahrain, where the undercuts can be quite powerful here. But at the minute, the gap out front is 4.5, make that 4.7 seconds. It's going up by the corner for Hariberman out front. He is in control at the minute. And could we say, Logan, that Oracle is maybe the cork in the bottle at the minute for these others on medium tires?
Maybe in a way, but I'm not sure how much quicker these guys are behind. As Ronnie comes into the pits,
and Comatic.
Mediums, does he speed?
So that's the medium guys pitting before the softs.
Slow into the pits.
Wow. I'm surprised to see that, Logan. I mean, I thought they would go a little bit longer. There's hard tires on the car for Comatic, but the fact that Oracle stayed out, I mean, those softs, they must be a right state now, surely.
Hards? Hards by Lime. I still want to know what softs this guy has at their 30% after 5 laps.
And interestingly there, Callie has got right in the middle of the Williams of Ronnie and Comatic, which could provide a little bit of a headache for Comatic here. Callie's actually got the DRS on Ronnie here. He's not quite going to get close enough, but you can see there Comatic is going to get frustrated here now, stuck behind that Red Bull, and unless he can get those hard tyres up to temperature pretty quickly, he might just have to sit tight for the minute, Logan.
Yeah, it's very
he's gone off.
In a field spread that this is becoming an issue. Yeah, he's fine though. And hards. So yeah. I guess it was be fast at the beginning and go to hards. I was expecting, especially as long as they're taking these softs to mediums or mediums to softs.
Yeah.
I don't know. Still first race of the new game. Big field spread here, but definitely pit strategy going to come into play. We'll have to wait for the pit cycle to fully complete to see where everyone stands. Baribro, man, he's into the pits. Leader's in. Luke Tourette does have a penalty in third. Oracle coming into the pits on softs. All right, so the soft and medium runner hitting on the same lap. We'll see what they do. I imagine the medium runner goes to soft, the soft runner goes to mediums, and I think I said that correctly.
Yes, but hard tires for Harriman as well. So Oracle, he's got a fresh set of mediums here. So he's going to be seriously quick in this final stint. And you'd imagine those mediums will easily last to the end. It's going to be very tight here, you know, with his teammate here, because Kobanik is coming down the start-finish straight. There is Oracle, and he's just about timed that right, because he could have been in serious trouble here. He's lost the position to Ronnie, but he's on the quicker tyre, Logan, and he could be one to watch here.
Yeah, absolutely. My gut is telling me that mediums and softs, one stop is definitely the play here. But with the pace that Haribo Man has had and the consistency, will it really even matter?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I think Haribo Man, he might be okay, but in terms of this battle for P2, well, I'd like to have those tyres that Oracle's got, that is for sure. Although he may struggle a little bit at the end of the race, and again, the mystery here is we don't necessarily know how well these hard tyres will run. Maybe with a bit more tyre life, they could be a good tyre for this race. We have no idea, because this is 35% distance. It's not the usual 50% of what you see in the top division. And about halfway through this race then, Logan, who's caught your eye at the minute? I mean, not to say the obvious, but is Haribo Man really looking in a class of his own at the minute after that pole position as well?
Yeah, absolutely. And he's even been running a step harder tires than those around him and still maintaining the lead over them. So he's fully in control here. As Luke comes into the pits, really hot into the pits. 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That is brutal. I can't wait to see 50 more of those this season. That's really going to affect drivers. But yeah, I'm really shocked that people are going to the hards here in the 35% race. But the hards can go so much longer than the other two tires. Hards can go pretty long, so they'll definitely be more than okay.
Yeah.
Like, these tires are going to laugh at 10 laps on low fuel.
Well, Paul Fern has gone on a set of soft tyres. That's the first person, well, and will be the only person that's gone on that set of boots. Luke Tourette picks up another time penalty. But yes, it's all starting to spread out a tiny bit, but go on.
Maybe hards to softs or softs to hards could work if you pit early for an undercut. I don't know. I'm thinking out loud here for 35%. Callie is right behind Paul Fern, though, but he isn't even going to try to challenge him. Paul Fern with a lot more battery. Oh, hot into that corner is Callie. Able to not slam it into the back of him, though, getting a good sniff of the rear end there, but don't come to blows. And Oracle is still right on the butt of Ronnie, but Ronnie with a lot more battery in the tank. Haribo Man very quickly catching Xavi here, who I imagine will be pitting sooner rather than later.
Yeah, Xavi is praying for a safety car out of nowhere right here, but I don't think we're going to get it. Bahrain is not, well, in league racing terms, not notorious for a safety car. Oh, and
I think he's doing medium to softs. I think that was the play. Yep, 11 laps mediums, 9 laps softs.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Go to hards and make me scratch my head after getting a stroke.
So Oracle here is only 4 tenths off. He's very close here to Ronnie. He's going to take this P2 here, you know. There he goes. Up into second place. Ronnie tried to hold on, and it's an easy pass for Oracle. So now up into second place. Komanik there right as well. McLaren could still be on for a double podium here.
They could, but Komatic's super low in the battery while Ronnie's doing a good job of managing his. So it's going to be tough to overtake him, especially if they remain in a DRS train. As Oracle sliding the rears out of the exit of that corner, that ain't going to help too much. I imagine he's going to pull away with that softer tire. It's definitely a fight on now for P3. We'll see how much the DRS is going to help Kodematic, as Ronnie doesn't have the best exit now, as I think they're getting a little feisty here and kind of overdriving the cars a little bit. Don't want to do that too much, but with hard tires, you're not really going to be in trouble for tire wear. And out front, Haribo Man is having an absolute picnic, a little bit of tea and crepes. And yeah, definitely the traction control helping him as I hear the flutter of the throttle on the exit there. That's going to help with the consistency. Being consistent is super important.
Yeah, absolutely. There you go, Haribo Man. That's what you need to do, is take the traction control off. But, I mean, fair play to him. He's absolutely dominating at the minute.
I mean, is he?
Well, yeah. Well, this is the thing. But he's knocking on the door of a potential promotion. I don't want to jump too early, but he is absolutely well gone here. Oracle is not being able to do much on these mediums because Ronnie is still in the DRS just behind, and so too is Komatic. They're all sitting there, and that is the main battle at hand here, Logan, is this battle for, well, we're thinking it's for P2, but the question is for Oracle. He has to make these medium tyres work now and get down the road and make it just a battle for third place between Ronnie and Komanek. Whilst he's just dragging them along, Logan,
Yeah.
he could pay the price later on.
But also, he's paying the price with his battery. He was too aggressive with his battery. He's into derating most of the lap, and Ronnie's got a good battery behind, so the tire difference he can make up with the juice. So he's going to be able to just get towed along here. Toad Maddox just sticking pace with Ronnie. Everyone else is still existing, kind of spread out towards the back.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely all the attention right now is just this 4th through 2nd kind of section here.
I think F1 Lime's just had a big moment there because he's just shed about 4 seconds, I think, in that first sector. So I'll keep an eye on him. He's losing a lot of time here by the corner, so I'm not sure what's gone on there. I don't know as well, Logan, actually, how this game is for things like side pod and floor damage and things like that, because I remember that before when running over curbs, you can pick up a bit of floor damage or something. I mean, we have got simulation damage here, although it's on reduced rate, so it takes a bit more for the damage to actually kick in. But is that potentially a factor here? And maybe hold that thought, Logan, because we've got a little scrap here again for... well, that answers that one. But I don't think Ronnie's actually going to be close enough here. He's gaining on Oracle, and he is going to have a little think, but no, he just sits behind the McLaren for the minute. Oh, no, he doesn't.
No!
Oh,
He's
dear.
too deep on the brakes,
What a mistake. And this is going to be wheel-to-wheel out this corner then, and get very close to make contact as well. Down this second straight, they are wheel-to-wheel now, and Oracle is going to have to hang it around the outside. They are still side by side. Great racing between the two of them, still hanging it on there. Ronnie doesn't quite get the perfect exit and drops back down into third, but a little error there at the first corner, Logan.
Yeah, a little error there, and that just brings Code Maddox so much closer. And Ronnie and Komac have way more battery than Oracle does. Will that be a factor here?
So yeah, back to the point we were saying, or I was saying, should I say, about the floor damage and other factors like that. Is that much of a thing on this game, or am I talking gibberish here?
No, especially with the settings we got here on reduced. Yeah, you could have it on simulation, and I'm never worried. You can mount a sausage so hard you birth a calf here at Bahrain, you ain't getting floor damage.
Yes.
It's people slamming into the side of your car you kind of got to worry about a little bit, but with reduced damage rate, you're going to have to see someone basically DNF a car into the side of you to get some damage there.
Yeah.
The front wing is going to be the most sensitive.
It's more like car-to-car kind of collisions that is going to cause that than actual track effect. So who knows what's happened to F1 Lime. He's actually stabilised that gap a bit more now. And like I say, it's all eyes on this battle for P2 because Oracle is not getting away. Ronnie is gaining again.
No battery.
Oof.
Literally zero battery. He's not recharging the battery at all.
Oh, and he's wide again.
Oh my god. They're all so close. They're all so different on the brakes too, which makes it extra interesting going into that first corner. Ronnie getting real close to the line. That battery advantage is massive.
Yeah, and Ronnie as well here. There could be the tactics at play here as well, Logan. We've seen this before where they don't necessarily want to make the move straight away because they can just, unless they've got massively superior pace, just sit in the DRS, charge the battery up, and then pick them off right at the end when you need to.
Yeah, that is true, but if you feel like you're quicker, especially with the braking into turn 1 and with the battery advantage, just charge it up and get by them, make them work their way around you. I mean, we'll have to see what happens. I'm sure he would take the position if he got the opportunity. I would like to be in the clean air, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Further back, Callie is catching up to Paul Fern. And see, Paul Fern almost goes around, but Callie does go around on the same corner.
He's in the wall.
There goes his front wing. There goes his front wing again. He finds reverse. He does have a button map for it. Action Rick goes through to 9th. Haribo Man sets the fastest lap.
And this is very close for P2 again. Here comes Ronnie this time, and I'm not sure Oracle can do too much about this when he's moving to the inside again. He's moving all over the place, a little bit down this straight. Ronnie does go to the outside. Oracle again is so much later on the brakes. He's going to run the Williams a little bit wide there, but Ronnie does get the good exit. Oh, a little bit of contact on the exit as well. Oracle's going to have the DRS this time around. He's not going to open, actually. Neither of them have the DRS down this straight. So Oracle's going to have to do it that long way around here and get punchy on the exit. Can he do so? Yes, he can. Once again, he gets the better exit on that outside, and it's like deja vu, Logan. He's done the move again.
Barely holds it. He just barely holds it. Oh, Codematic hot into that corner. And 5-star Jabroni. He's caught up the miles. We got a battle here for P11. DRS wide open for 5-star Jabroni. Can he get him?
Well, can he? Can he?
Miles
send
using
it down
all
the
the battery, though. So
Oof.
this next corner is going to be where the opportunity is going to be, especially as Miles goes just a touch too deep into 1. Oh, yeah, terrible exit from 2. 5-star Jabroni
Oh,
goes
no,
through. Oh,
they're
my gosh.
on the wall.
Oh, Grosjean.
Oh, my word.
Oh,
that's going to be a safety car.
They take each
it's
other
a red
out.
flag.
Red flag. Red flag. We get another grid start here. TFR F2. It never disappoints.
You couldn't write
my
it.
God.
You couldn't write it. They're completely at the very back, got nothing to fight for. And just when you thought Harriman has got that race absolutely sewn up, we've got a red flag and we're going to have a 2-lap dash to the finish.
Who has softs? Who has fresh softs?
Oh, my word. Probably most of them.
Man does.
I mean, where's that
Grid
come
start's
from?
Gonna be like, this is, I mean, I don't know where it came from. I don't know if we can say that answer here.
Yeah. I mean, well, brace yourselves here. We got 10 seconds until we're going to get going once again. When that race was starting to just peter out a little bit, we had that little battle for P2, but this is going to come alive. If you thought the race start at the beginning was eventful, this could be even more. Here we go then.
Oh, here we go.
Lap 18 and 20. We're going to have a 3-lap dash to the finish. It's 5 red lights ahead of the drivers. And we are underway. I think they're all on soft tyres. They're all on old softs here. Harriman then gets us going. Oracle is right there, though. He's going to have the inside line for this first corner. Got a terrible camera angle, but he's got him on the inside. He's late on the brakes. Harriman is going to pick him back off. And the opportunity is gone. Ronnie's got a 3-second top out. We have a crash.
Crash in the back.
Unbelievable. Another crash. Xavi and Komatic. Oh, and there's more contact up the road. That's F1 Lime, and Ronnie's going to get the pair of them. He's up into second place, and F1 Lime getting too punchy there. He's going to get spun round as well. Oh my God, Luke Tourette now into 4th.
Yeah, heavy battling in the back as well. Xavi goes wide. It's absolute chaos here in the back as well as Callie and Action Rick are side by side. Haribo Man gets away. Side by side into turn 10, they're going to go. Callie's going to try to hold around the outside into turn 10. Unbelievable. Action Rick touches the rear a little bit, but he doesn't spin him around. How the hell is F1 Lime out of battery already? It's been a sector and a half. I can't. I love it. There goes a board, there goes a braking board, and wow.
Yeah.
2 laps to go after this. It's still all to play for as DRS is going to be open next lap.
I find that absolutely bizarre. They're all on cooked soft tyres here. They're all on, bar Paul Fern, actually. Paul Fern's on 0-lap old softs, unless that's my screen glitching and you've got something else on yours. He is the only man on fresh soft tyres here. They're all on old softs for some reason. So he should be absolutely lightning quick here at this restart. I mean, I know the game's new, but I did not expect this.
It would be if he had battery.
Well, this is the thing. He's going to get picked off by Callie into that first corner of the Williams. He's going to hang on down the inside. Oh, clips the curb and clips the Red Bull for good measure, but gets it done. Oh, there's more contact. And, well, I think Paul Fern will this time have the inside line and does hold on to 7th. But with the penalty, I mean, I'm saying that. The Red Bull is still there. And he is still not giving this up. And I think Callie's got to... Oh, look at that. I mean, serious wheel banging going on there. And I think Paul Fern's had enough of that, and he is keeping hold of P7.
Oh, here goes Xavi. Almost. No? Yeah, they might come to blows here. We might get another red flag. Who knows? It might be a 1-lap shootout. Up front, it's kind of petering out. Luke to red, getting close to Oracle a little bit, maybe.
But he's got 16 seconds of penalties because of that speeding in the pit lane. So Luke to red's out of the question.
When did that happen?
Yeah, so that was just at the restart. It was when he went over that turn 2. He just went over the white line. So Ronnie at the minute, I mean, unless he can seriously get his foot down, he is not going to be on the podium yet. At the minute, McLaren are on course for a double podium unless F1 Lime as well, though. He is very much back into play here. And, well, what's
Not
going to
really.
happen
He has
here?
no battery.
Yeah, but Luke
He
2
has no
Red,
battery.
if he's playing this clever here, he's going to have to defend hard against this McLaren and help out his teammate here. And there's a bit of a drag into this first corner, and Luke 2 Red is going to keep hold of that fourth place. But I say it again, with those penalties, he is not technically fourth at the
Look at
minute.
the fighting behind. Side by side for 7th and 9th. It's all kicking off here in the exit of 2. Switchback, hits him in the butt. Action Rick almost goes around, almost tries to get back in. Xavi, he holds on to it. And then we got a battle. Paul Fern, he's going to send it on Kelly. Yes, he is. Doesn't beat him through the X-Back. Turns himself around. Vettel, 2019, almost keeps a hold of it. But he's going to lose another spot. Xavi through into 8th after all the damage he had at the restart. Holy crap, that rear is happy.
And
And
F1
it's all
Lime,
kicking off here in the rear on the last lap.
F1 Lime has got Comanic. He's got Comanic.
How?
So
When did
this
that
is on the
happen?
last lap,
Holy
just
crap.
into the hairpin.
Comatic ramps the inside.
So Comanic,
It's all
and he's made a
happening.
big mistake. He's going to be absolutely furious with that because he's just completely
Oracle
thrown the
made a
podium.
mistake.
Yeah, and well, this is going to go
Xavi
right
with the
down to the
penalty.
wire. I'm going to try
is
and keep an eye on Harbour Man in the
Xavi
distance.
lets people go for some reason.
Yeah, something's gone on there.
What's going on?
But we will go to
at
the
this.
race leader, though.
For third.
We will go to the race leader because Harbour
You
Man
will, I won't.
deserves the attention here of a fantastic win and a dominant win despite all the
teammates.
drama. And Harbour Man wins for the first time in TFR Esports. Ronnie, with the penalty, will drop down the order. And there's more yellow flags in the distance.
He doesn't.
No, he doesn't. He keeps hold of the podium. Just
Just 15 thousandths.
gets that second place.
Unbelievable.
F1 Lime in fourth, Komanek in fifth, Kaliev in sixth, Paul Fern in seventh in the end, with Achrek eighth, Luke Tured ninth, and then Xavi completing the order. What a dramatic finish that was.
Luke Tured absolutely sent to the Shadow Realm with those penalties. Ronnie just holding off of that 3-second time penalty because all the fighting behind on the last lap. What a chaotic end. F2, we're back.
We are back. Very much so. And, well, Harbour Man, a word on him, Logan. It was pure domination out front. He had that little worry at the end there with Oracle sending it down the inside at the start, just like he did on lap 1. But he was able to hang on, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah, he made that race look easier than my ex. He took care of business with absolutely no problem. His consistency was just too much for the field. Absolutely dominant in round 1. But, hey, when was the last time we saw an Aston Martin driver dominant in the Middle Eastern round 1 race in F2? What did they do for the rest of the season? Dick all! But let's see if he can break that curse going into Australia and show that this isn't just a one-time fluke.
Well, I think that is your new other thing on the screen there. We've got our race winner, fast lap driver of the day, most overtakes for Xavi, and Paul Fern, the cleanest driver. There is your actual race results, though. Harbour Man, as we said, won the race, got the fast lap and the pole position. And it was 5 seconds in the end to Ronnie with that penalty, and he somehow got second place ahead of Oracle, who I'd say well deserved a podium after his drive tonight. F1 Lime, a great start from him, got himself fourth in the end with Komanek. You would say maybe will be a little bit disappointed to get fifth in the end, but what a start to the season that was, Logan.
Yeah, absolutely. And shout outs to Luke 2 Red with the Darky Award for most penalties, 16 seconds here in round 1. As he takes the lead in that championship fight. I expect a lot of 10-second time penalties this season, especially if we get a wet race coming into the pits. And yeah, just exactly what we wanted out of round 1.
Yeah, absolutely. And what a start to the season. A lot of people saying that was absolute cinema. And it's crazy, though. I mean, that came out of nowhere. That red flag at the end. And, well, what a start we have. And, yeah, next up, we have indeed got the Australian Grand Prix. And I believe that's actually, it might even feature a sprint. Yes, it does. We've got a sprint event as well next week. So double the action in the F2 division next week. So be prepared for that, Logan, because it means even more chaos guaranteed around a circuit like that. But any final thoughts on the opening round of the season?
I'll be interested to see if going into round 2 with Haribo Man, if it was a fluke or he just really does have that kind of dominance over the field. He made it look too easy today.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think another question will be, will he be here for the F2 division next week? Because I'm sure some people will already be putting in their protests of he should be in the
They
F1
shouldn't.
division.
They have nothing to say about it. He didn't even do an optimal tire strategy. Everyone else made massive mistakes, didn't manage their battery at all. Huge mistakes on their qualifying lap. This wasn't him just having raw pace. He might even be running full traction control, and he's still that much faster than everyone. That shows that it's a consistency thing, not just a raw talent thing.
Well, absolutely. There you have it. And on that note, we'll leave it at that. Well, I think that's a good point to call it for the first round of the season and the first stream on this TFR Esports YouTube channel. If you have enjoyed the race tonight, be sure to subscribe to the channel. We've got the F1 division straight up after this. I've been CJH. He's been Logan, or Epi the Animal, should I say. And we'll be back next week for the F2 Australian Grand Prix, and we'll see you then. There we are. Cool.